So my mind was going down this train of thought recently, and I want to ask you, you know how we all have a general kind of inner circle, like A-level friends that we hang around with, we resonate with, we're really cool with. When was the last time you made a new close friend? 'Cause I've been thinking about this. In my friendship, my group, it's like we've been friends for the past 15, 20 years, and no one's really cracked into that inner circle of mine, and since maybe high school days. And I was just wondering, why is that? Why is that it's so hard to make new close friends as adults? Now, in my view, all friends aren't made equal. I kind of have an A, B, C kind of categorization of friends. With the A-level friends, they're the people that are really your inner circle. They're the people that when you're hanging out, time and the conversation just flows effortlessly. If you ever found yourself in an emergency or you really need to reach out to somebody, maybe just to vent or express something good or bad, these are the people you call. They're the people that you actively try to maintain a relationship with. These are the people where being around them, you can be your complete true self. Very little filter is needed. These are your day ones. I also have a group of friends I would consider my B-level friends. These are friends that I love interacting with them. I love having a relationship with them, but our relationship is based on a specific environment. I have like my basketball friends and my work friends and my Instagram friend, my social media friends. Some who have never even met in real life before, but we have great conversations and great interaction online, right? So B-level friends are people that I enjoy our relationship and I would prefer to maintain that relationship. But if due to other circumstances or maybe me just getting off social media or not playing basketball as much or something, I'd be okay with that relationship kind of trailing off. And then you have your C-level friends. You know, for me, they're the people that I don't really think of reaching out to them. They don't really cross my mind. But if I met them, if I saw them at the grocery store or I saw them at a friend's gathering and it's been a long time, we'd be able to pick up and get to know each other, what's been going on the past few years. So they're friends. I have a positive feeling about them and I enjoy conversation. But I don't expect to maintain any type of real interaction over the years. But when we do, it's great. And then as far as I'm concerned, anything below a C-level friendship is just an acquaintance. But my thought process was, man, like why is it so difficult for me to meet new people that crack that A-level inner circle? From time to time I'll meet people and things will kick it off and they'll be good B or C-level friends, but why is it so hard to make new close friends as adults? I think the thing is that prior to adulthood, when you're a child, an adolescent, and teenager, the bar is set pretty low for who we're gonna let into our friend group. All it takes is a couple commonalities or just a couple mutual friends and all of a sudden you can hit it off. Whereas when you become an adult, we all go on our different paths and we build up preferences and traits. We've had all these experiences to know what we do and don't want in our life. We've went through the disappointments. We went through the different complexities that is coming into our own as an individual. And all of a sudden, we don't care so much about quantity. We want quality friends. People we really resonate, that is really on the same page as us with our belief systems and outlook on life and our values. And so the few friends that we do have, we focus on trying to nurture that as opposed to bringing in new ones. I think that's often why you see us, speaking for myself, a lot of my closest friends I've known for 50, 75% of my life. And time acts kind of like a glue. It really bonds you together. And even if the commonalities you had that made you friends in the first place are no longer part of your individual identities, the fact that you've shared so much time and experience together is a commonality that you both share. And that definitely plays a role with me. I do notice that some people, and I've talked to people about this, that some people, as they get older and they mature and their preferences change and their outlook on life changes, yet they still have friends that are so different from them now as adults. The reason that they're still there, even though if you guys met anew today, you might not share the same commonalities or click as well, but the time you spent with that person and the memories and experiences you've had is so important, and you can't make new friends experiencing childhood as an adult. And so the people that you've had that experiences with, they're unique in a way that no one else can ever match up to. I found that for me, the biggest factor is probably a time thing. You know, in adulthood, you have your responsibilities. You're trying to work your 40-hour work week while trying to pursue your career, so you're putting in overtime. You're acting on your separate passions. You're trying to, with the little bit of time you do have, you're trying to continue to nurture your existing friend group. And then you go off and have children, you go off and form partnerships and marriage. And that's another thing too. You know, when you're looking for a partner, when you're looking for a life partner, you're putting so much time into that, and you're spending so much time trying to grow that and develop that they become your friend. They become one of your closest companions. And when you do have downtime, you want to spend it developing this lifelong relationship that we go our whole lives trying to find. I have to admit, I do think that as an adult, my patience for being open to making new friends isn't very high. I think if I meet somebody for the first time and the energy's a little bit off, or I think something about their character or their values, in my perception at least, if it's not what I would want in my own friendship, my own friend group, I dismiss it immediately. And sometimes that can backfire when you make a judgment call too early on when you meet somebody. And I've had that kind of backfire on me before, where I made a judgment call. I didn't want to pursue any friendship with somebody. And then later on when I meet them and I kind of get to know them better, you realize that, some people can just have a bad day. But as an adult, I think my patience is thin. I'm very indifferent to whether or not I nurture new friendships. And so part of it's on me. I think I should take responsibility for that. I also think when you're younger, you have less of an individual identity because all you know is what your parents have taught you, what school has taught you, and you've had very little time to find and understand yourself. You have a group identity. It's like you and your group of friends form an identity between the total of you. And then as an adult, you start to form your own different personality, your own individuality. And with that becomes what you want out of a friendship. You want a certain level of support. You maybe want a certain level of humor, a certain level of seriousness and ambition. You want certain values, you want certain traits that complement yours, or that can allow you to feel that you're being empowered and you're growing, and then you can do the same to that person. I don't know if this is an introvert thing or it's just something that came with age, but the older I get, the more I value and find more comfort in just being alone with myself, or just having a quiet night in with my partner, and then me and her can just watch a movie, and that's a totally good night. Whereas when I was younger, like staying in means that I didn't meet the goal of finding something to do that night. It's a complete shift in perspective. And now solitude means so much to me, where if I had the opportunity to go out, sometimes like I find myself having to make excuses just to stay in. And so as a result of that, I just don't have a need or a desire for that much social interaction. I already have enough time, hard enough time as it is, finding ways to nurture my existing relationships. I don't even consider the idea of making new friends very much anymore. For a while, I thought that as I aged, I just became worse at making friends, but I think I give my younger self too much credit. Because when we're growing up, the social setting we're in is ideal. It's a perfect setting for making friends. When you're a child and you're at a park, like you're a bunch of kids with a bunch of free time, there's a playground already set up for you, and you're there having fun. How can you not make friends in that setting? When you're in school and you're kind of forced to collaborate and introduce yourselves to each other. I mean, it's a perfect setting. And then once you get past that and you're just at home and then you're just kind of randomly outside where there's no structure, of course it's harder to make friends. So I think we put a little bit too much credit to our younger selves. Through thinking over this topic, what I think I learned about myself is that as I continue to get older, 31 years strong, my appreciation for my existing friends continues to go up, especially since the frequency at which I see my friends now is less and less because we have work, you're taking on more responsibilities, you're developing your own little family and whatnot. So when you do have free time, you want to spend it appreciating that, and the opportunities to be able to even meet new people becomes less and less frequent. So I think for me in my life, what I want to do is I want to start nurturing those B and C level friends that I have, reaching out to people I haven't, being more open to conversation. For me, I think these YouTube videos and just putting myself out there more on social media has allowed me to interact and meet a whole new group of people and be able to relate with people on a completely new level, a more genuine and authentic level. It's just hard to come by meeting somebody new. When you go out for dinner or you go out to the gym, it's just a completely different environment. Whereas online, you can have a conversation about a specific topic, and people that resonate with that topic can chime in, as you often do here on YouTube or the messages that get on Instagram. And so I think the key to making new friends as adults is not always making new friends, but finding those friends that are on the more outside of your friendship group and nurturing that and seeing what's there and seeing who can maybe come into that inner circle through investing more time in those interactions and relationships. Now I'm curious to know, as an adult, have you found it harder to make new close friends? And if you have, what have you identified as the major challenges in accomplishing that? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read that, and I'll see you in the next video.